And with the 17th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Dalton Knecht from the University of Tennessee.
In a team that has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, and some veterans, rookie Dalton Knecht has shockingly been the go-to person in important games this season. Over a 7-foot ball bowl.
Knecht. He'll try to tie. Yeah. Dalton Knecht right between the eyes for the rookie from Tennessee.
And that was over blow.
Who's 7'3" and a wingspan of 7'6".
A fast break lob.
Foul taken, Knecht, the lob, and he lays it in.
Or a fast break dunk.
At the rim. AD was there. Now it's Knecht. Throw it down.
This rookie has proven to be a walking bucket. But a few games into the season, has Dalton Knecht proven enough to be the missing piece the Lakers have been looking for? Or just enough to be the Rookie of the Year? Well, let's find out. That's what all these 4 major publications graded the Los Angeles off-season Lakers draft picks and trades. To many, it was a complete failure, with no plan to exploit the strength of their aging duo. Well, 16 games into the season, and it's all looking different now. And it's all thanks to the 17th, the overall pick of the 2024 NBA Draft, Dalton Knecht. The rookie has started 4 of his last 6 games, averaging 20.5 points on 61.6% shooting and 59.5% from behind the arc, all of which included a 37-point game against the Utah Jazz, where he outscored everyone on the court, including LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. Knecht's 9 three-pointers tied the NBA rookie record, and he did it in just 3 dribbles.
Shoot. This guy can shoot. He knocks it down again.
A nice start offensively, as Dalton Knecht is now connected on 2 from that distance.
He wasn't just raining threes, but dunking off lobs.
Sure, he's having fun as we another look at that quick dunk right there. That's a quick play by Dalton Knecht, because if he doesn't, very easily.
Against the Jazz, he scored 22 consecutive points for the Lakers from late in the 3rd quarter to early in the 4th quarter, with both LeBron and AD on the bench. And this performance was no fluke, because in the preseason, he touched the Phoenix Suns, outscoring the entire team in overtime, including 20 straight points. Dalton Knecht has become so good and reliable that Anthony Davis had this to say about a rookie. Every time he shoots the ball, I think it's going in. That's why we get so frustrated and upset when he doesn't shoot. He's a great player. He can defend, he can shoot, he can put it on the floor, he can pass. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick has come out to say that Knecht is in the 1% of shooters in the NBA and already one of the team's offensive weapons.
You know, even just with like Dalton, to me, I told him this the other day, like, he's in the 1% of shooters. He's in the 1%. Like, he has a skill that it's hard to find. He's going to have a chance to earn a spot in the rotation.
Truth be told, he is the kind of shooter the Los Angeles Lakers have been searching for years. The kind with a fast release that can punish the opposing defense regardless of the space given. Look at him here with little to no space, or his IQ here with no space.
Knecht in the corner. He's in the
Let it go, young fella. Oh my goodness.
And this, well, that was Reggie Miller.
And that easily could have been a 4-point play.
This season, Knecht has proven to not just be a catch-and-shoot player, but also a scorer on all 3 levels of scoring. With the defense knowing he is hot from beyond the arc, Knecht is adjusting to the opposing defensive schemes and capitalizing on their mistake.
D'Angelo Russell to southpaw. Knecht, make the handoff, and gives him the lead. And that's a veteran move.
Right. Who would have thought that midway through the 3rd quarter?
His IQ alongside LeBron and AD is just off the roof.
And there goes Knecht. 150. This game remains close. Nobody's led by more than 5. Knecht. To Davis. Dalton got a little lucky that time. He got caught in the air, but AD was in the right place.
It's no surprise that he ranks top 10 in the league with the best shooting beyond the arc with a minimum of 50 attempts. But how is it possible that a talent like Dalton Knecht was skipped by 16 different teams on draft day, and several sports analysts believe the Lakers failed the Lakers draft picks? Well, for starters, at 23 years old, he was one of the oldest prospects in draft class. While other one-and-done players were putting up star-level stats immediately, it took the fifth-year senior his fourth year of eligibility before really dominating at the college level. A late bloomer, but he ended up being the SEC Player of the Year, averaging 21.7 points on 45.8% shooting, 4.9 rebounds per game, 1.8 assists, and 2.6 threes per game at Tennessee. Before transferring to the Volunteers, Knecht had a very good year with the Northern Colorado Bears, averaging 20.2 points on 47.9% shooting, 7.2 rebounds, and 1.8 assists per game. The small forward went from being a primary handler with the Colorado Bears to an off-ball role in fewer minutes per game and posted higher points per game average on very comparable efficiency when it comes to the shooting splits. But despite these impressive stats and performance in his last year of college, the only reason the GMs of the other 16 NBA teams refused to pick him was because of his age. They were concerned that he was a late bloomer and a relatively low-ceiling prospect with so little room to grow. But on the flip side, this was one of the best shooters in this year's draft class. Dalton Knecht was the country's top perimeter scorer and arguably the best off-ball scorer in the draft. It's like snubbing Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell for coming into the league as an older prospect. Even Hall of Famer David Robinson joined the league at 24. At worst, Knecht would be like Chris Duarte, who came into the league at 24. But Knecht is no Duarte. He is a more talented player at this point in his basketball career than Duarte was. He is closer to the career trajectory of a Lillard or Mitchell than a Duarte. Yet all 16 teams passed on the most unique and polished player in the 2023 draft class because he was an older prospect. Not even Charles Barkley could understand why they all passed on him.
Listen, first of all, these NBA general managers don't have any idea what they're doing. Letting the Lakers get Dalton Knecht was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. That's a bad boy right there. Dalton Knecht, remember that name, y'all.
Even LeBron was shocked such a gem landed with the Los Angeles Lakers.
They didn't find DK. The other 16 teams f***ed it up. Did anybody watching? They just didn't f*** it up.
You know, when rookies come to the league, teams are often patient with them as they look to find their strength. But in the Lakers' rookie's case, his strength was not only obvious, but polished. So much that joining a Lakers team that ranked 28th in three-point attempts per game last season was a match made in heaven. Interestingly, the Lakers were only able to draft the small forward because the New Orleans Pelicans deferred their draft pick from the Lakers until 2025, since they believed there was nothing good in the 2024 draft pick. Yet one of the few rookies to have kept opposing defense on their toes has been Dalton Knecht, the 17th pick of the draft. He could very well be the Rookie of the Year. Dalton Knecht ranks first among all rookies in three-point shooting at 45% at a minimum of 25 attempts. Third in points per game and fifth in field goal percentage at a minimum of 40 attempts so far this season. In the words of Kevin Garnett, no rookie doing what he doing, and he should be the Rookie of the Year.
Before we get into it, boy, hey, the boy Knecht is cracking. I know I'm jumping the line. Hey, P, hey, Rookie of the Year, dog. Ain't no rookie doing what he doing. He the third option in front of Austin Reeves and all that shit. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, Knecht, nigga.
I mean, how many rookies have you seen shoot in 7-foot Kevin Durant's face?
And in the Olympics, averaged 22 points. Knecht again. Yes, sir!
Dalton Knecht had the most 3 points made by a rookie in their first 5 career starts in NBA history before Philadelphia Sixers, Jared McCain, surpassed his record. And at the moment, the Sixers rookie is Knecht's strongest competition for the Rookie of the Year award. So far this season, McCain is the only rookie with multiple 30-point games and has 7 straight 20-point games. He also has the most points by a rookie in their first 4 career starts since the merger. However, it is important to know that McCain is doing all of these in the absence of key veterans on the Sixers team, while Knecht is making his presence felt while playing alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Which is more impressive? Well, to be honest, that would be Knecht. And all of these is in the least surprising because coming into the league, Knecht was as NBA ready as any player in his class. A three-level scorer, an excellent three-point shooter who has so far proven to make a killing on catch-and-shoot opportunities, playing off of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and leading the team when the star duo is not playing. After all, after the two superstars, the rookie seems to be the next with a target on his back, with the way opposing players ruthlessly target him on defense. He's an excellent cutter and finisher, aggressively slicing into open spaces within the half court and running the lane with precision in transition. To better understand how important Knecht has been so far, you should know that Dalton Knecht is the first rookie teammate that LeBron James in his 22-year career has ever had to record consecutive 20-point games. LeBron describes how important Dalton Knecht is better when he said, his shooting, his finishes. He can get his off versus anybody. He's 6'8" and a 6'9", and he's got a quick trigger, so it doesn't take long for him to get them up. He's sneaky athletic as well, so his ability, when he starts getting those threes to go, and then he's putting the ball on the ground and finishing at the rim as well. Few games into the season, and his importance to this Lakers team can't be understated because the team is always experimenting with creative ways to get him open. Take a look at how he moves past Austin Reeves to receive a flare screen from AD.
Fires it over. Wells. Reeves bumps into the defender, LaRavia. Knecht.
No one on the Lakers roster can execute this player quicker than Dalton Knecht. Unfortunately, as good as Dalton Knecht has proven to be, the biggest concern scouts and teams had about him was his defensive ability. While he rates as one of the best offensive rookies in his draft class, he also rates as one of the worst defensively. He is easily targeted by teams, with ball handlers often having their man screen for them or teams running actions to get Knecht switched onto a scorer who can take him off the dribble. In college, he was an excellent team defender, but left on his own, he struggled, but for what it's worth, he is a rookie who can still improve and whose defensive liability isn't the Lakers' biggest concern. At the moment, the Los Angeles Lakers struck gold with Dalton Knecht, and the league isn't ready for what LeBron can do with a good shooter on his team. What do you think about Dalton Knecht? Do you think he is the missing piece to the Lakers' championship struggles? Or do you think he is the Rookie of the Year? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.
This is the most shocking trade in NBA history.
This got to be the biggest trade I've seen since I've been in the league or since I've been watching the sport. This is insane.
In the early hours of Saturday, everyone in the league, including NBA fans, got to witness the most shocking trade in NBA history. Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers and Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks. It was such a shocking news that many are still in disbelief to this very moment.
Back to our breaking news here on SportsCenter. Massive trade happening in the NBA right now. The Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. It's a three-team deal that includes Utah, according to our Shams Charania, who we might hear from later on.
Milwaukee Bucks head coach Doc River thought it was an AI-generated trade because he had never seen such a trade in over 40 years in the NBA.
Just like everyone else, I thought it was AI-generated. And then I found out it was real, so that's about it. I mean, it's just a shocking trade. You don't see it. I think I've seen a trade like this in my ever. Like, this is the way I would.
Los Angeles Lakers legend Magic Johnson also tweeted that this was the biggest trade he has seen in the NBA in the past 45 years. He has been associated with the league. A 25-year-old superstar in his prime for an aging defensive all-star is just not something anyone in the world saw coming, except Mavs general manager Nico Harrison and Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka with the Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison there. doing this deal, and I'm told Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea. I can assuredly tell you it's a fact. LeBron James had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade.
You should know that Luka Doncic is one of 11 players in NBA history with 5+ first-team All-NBA selections within his first 6 NBA seasons. And of the 11 players, Luka is the first and only one to be traded before turning 30 years old. It was such a strange trade that by the time ESPN's Shams Charania broke the news of the trade on the internet, the entire world thought he was hacked, and NBA players were not left out. Bam Adebayo, Alex Caruso and Tyrese Halliburton all asked if Sham got hacked on Twitter. Even Shams thought he got hacked when he got the news of the trade.
I thought my phone was hacked when I got the text messages with the details of the trade and when I got wind of the deal, but
this was actually Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal's live reaction after hearing about the trade during their game against the Trailblazers. Not even Steph Curry believed the news when he first heard it.
Are you sure? What? I know, but did he get hacked?
Good or bad?
Neither. Good or bad? That's real?
That's real.
Anyway, fast forward to the reality that Luka has finally joined the Lakers and AD, the Mavs, and many in the league have continued to share their shock, disappointment, or have something to say about the trade. Former NBA guard Austin River called the trade the third most shocking trade he has seen in his life, after LeBron to the Miami Heat and Kevin Durant to the Golden State Warriors, before later calling the trade blasphemous because it made no sense for the Mavs to trade a young top 3 player in the league that just took his team to the NBA Finals last year. Former Mavs and Lakers guard Quincy Cook was totally stunned, saying the trade made no sense. In his words, this trade meant that there is no loyalty in the league because AD helped the Lakers win a championship after a 10-year drought, and Luka just took the Mavs to their first finals since 2011, a few months back. 4-time NBA champion Draymond Green said he first heard the news from Steph, and at this very moment is still at a loss for words about the trade.
I personally was at the Warriors poker charity night when the trade went down at Steph's 2 tables. You know what I mean? And Steph goes, "Draymond, you see this?" I had heard like the Warriors were looking at making some trades and all of that, so he goes, "You see this?" And I'm like, "See what?" He like the trade. I said, "They did it?" I'm thinking he talking about it as something that just came up with us. He like, Luka and AD. I said, "Huh? What?" I walk around this table. He showed me the phone. I'm like, "Is this real?" I look closer, like, it's from Sean. It's real. You could bet your bottom dollar. I was at a loss. I'm still at a loss for words.
Not even LeBron James believed the trade was real, and it wasn't until Luka landed in LA and he saw AD at the Mavs shoot-around that it hit him that this was true.
I was my family dinner and got the news, and the first time I heard it, I thought it was for sure fake. It was a hoax. People messing around, whatever. But then when AD called me, AD FaceTimed me, and I talked to him for quite a while. And even when I got off the phone with him, it still didn't seem real, and it still pretty much didn't seem real until I saw Luka today, and then I saw a clip of AD at the Dallas shoot-around. That's when it finally hit me like,
Minnesota Timberwolves shooting guard Anthony Edwards was very shocked at the possibility of who is arguably the best scorer in NBA history being traded in his prime. Edwards even confessed that he is scared that the Luka trade meant he wasn't safe.
They say that nobody knew about the trade. Yeah, so that's crazy. At 25, they traded probably the best scorer in the NBA at 25. And he didn't know about it. So it's a lot more digging somebody got to do to find out why he got traded. Because you don't just trade him at 25. He just went to the finals, you know what I'm saying? So I feel bad for Luka, man. I saw some on YouTube that said he just bought a crib and everything in Dallas. So that sucks, man. That sucks. Everybody getting informed, yeah. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared. Tim, hey, if you gonna trade me, let me know, dog. When Luka got traded, anybody is able to get traded at that point.
Two-time league MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo said he initially believed the trade was fake news, before later saying if Luka Doncic could get traded, this meant no one was safe in the NBA. I thought it was fake news. It's insane. Obviously, I played against Luka a lot of times and AD and all the people that were included in the trade. This is the world we're living in. It's a business. You have to understand, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. 9-time All-Star Paul George, who is also in shock about the trade, revealed that for the longest he believed Luka Doncic and Victor Wembanyama were the only two untradeable assets in the league. But right now, he knows for a fact that no one is safe.
No way an organization trades away a franchise player like that. A one-of-a-kind diamond in the rough. Still, I'm like, all right, no way. They just went to the finals last year. He's a walking triple-double with 30 points a night. He's a perennial superstar. Like, he'll be in this league producing for a very long time. He's only 25. It's fair for everyone to think they're, anything can happen. Anybody's tradable. For the longest, I thought Wembanyama and Luka was probably the two most untradeable players in the league.
New Orleans Pelicans shooting guard CJ McCollum tweeted that if Luka could get traded, even he wasn't safe. Gotta pack them bags just in case nowadays. If the Don got traded, only Lord knows, McCollum tweeted. 3-time league MVP Nikola Jokic wasn't left out, as he had similar opinions about players in the league. According to the center, this has to be the biggest trade in NBA history, and everyone in the league should know by now that nobody is safe in the league.
It's definitely one of the biggest trades probably I'm not going to say in history, but let's say last 5, 10, 15 years, I don't know. But it seems like nobody's safe, and probably should be that way,
Brooklyn Nets forward Zaire Williams even lost a bet, as his initial thoughts about the trade were that it was fake news.
Yeah, it was crazy. I actually lost a bet. I lost a bet with a couple of guys because I thought it was fake. So I owe about $300 to some of these guys. But yeah, it was crazy, man. It was definitely a blockbuster to say the least.
When it comes to the bet, you don't have to tell me who was it against or worth, but when you first saw it, a lot of people thought that someone's account potentially got hacked and that it wasn't real.
Yeah, shoot, Luka, I thought, they were already building his statue. So, hey, man, that's the NBA for you. Nobody's safe.
In fact, in the words of 2-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant, if he, Luka, can get traded, then anybody's up for grabs.
Insane, it's crazy. Yeah, would have never thought Luka Doncic get traded at this age, mid-season. Yeah, the NBA is a wild place, man. If he can get traded, then anybody's up, for grabs, So yes.
The Phoenix Suns forward said this trade was by far the biggest he has seen since he got drafted into the NBA, and even since he started watching basketball.
This got to be the biggest trade I've seen since I've been in the league, or since I've been watching the sport. This is insane.
KD's teammate and 4-time NBA All-Star Devin Booker couldn't even believe it was Luka Doncic who got traded at first.
Yeah, somebody told us on the bench, said Luka. I said, Luka Garza? Who got traded? No shade about
right, to Garza, right.
The shooting guard explained that Luka, who many believed was untouchable and untradeable, goes to show that the NBA is just business and is unpredictable.
I really don't know what to say about it. Luka being a guy that everybody's claimed is untouchable and untradeable, and the NBA shows you again.
Right.
Just you can't predict it. It's a business. They're always having a conversation about you. So don't think you're safe at any point.
Two-time league MVP, Steph Curry also went on to address the unpredictability of the league, saying this trade was a reminder that there are only a few in this league that can go to sleep with any type of confidence.
I expressed their surprise at the Luka trade, the Luka for AD trade. How did that one land with you?
Just because of how kind of out of blue it was without any type of hint or rumor or any kind of sign. That's especially them coming off the finals. Like, it's a reminder. Maybe only a few in this league that can go to sleep with any type of confidence, but that just still be there. It's kind of a very unique situation across the board, but I think just the idea that it happened in silence was pretty crazy. The fact that you hear a trade and everybody thinks somebody's been hacked is hilarious.
Interestingly, in all of these shocks and disbelief about no one being untouchable in the NBA, Oklahoma City Thunder's superstar Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wasn't shocked. According to the guard, he has been in a similar situation in the past and has come to understand that it's all business and nothing more.
Yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way. My first year in the NBA, I got traded out of the blue, didn't see it coming. So it doesn't surprise me any more than myself getting traded a long time ago. I found out it was a business my first season, and no matter what, that will always stay with me. So it didn't I always say no matter how untouchable you think you are, you never know. There's always something out there. So that's how my mindset is. And I guess that keeps me with a little bit of an edge to make sure that I'm taking care of what I need to, so that the team that I'm with values me as much as I want them to.
Amidst all the confusion among several players in the league, Denver Nuggets forward Michael Porter Jr. thinks the whole trade is just weird and is certain something is going to come out in time to explain this strange trade.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty confused. We're still talking about it, just how that's really possible. Just in the fact that they made the finals that last year, and it's the only way that trade makes sense now is if they win the championship. That's the only other thing better than making the finals a year later is winning a championship. So, I don't know really. I'm not sure. I've been on the floor with Luka, and obviously he's a once in a generational player. And now, it was just a weird thing overall. So I still feel like there's some facts that are gonna come out over time, because it just doesn't. I can't really comprehend how that really makes sense, to be honest.
Hall of Famer Charles Barkley also believes there is something we don't yet know that made this trade a necessity, and it could very well be his conditioning.
Let me tell you something. The only people know Luka Doncic is the Dallas Mavericks. Guys who've been with him for years or who are around him every day. He's a great player. He's a great player. But all us talking heads, they know something. They must know something we don't know. Because, listen, he's been hurt. Everybody complains about his conditioning. But once you give a guy 5 years, $350 million, y'all are stuck together for life.
Luka Doncic's conditioning, according to some reports, has so far been the biggest reason for this trade the guard was rumored to have reached up to 270 pounds, and the Dallas Mavericks were growing concerned. At 270 pounds, Luka was the 7th heaviest player in the NBA. But as absurd as those reports are, Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal has come out to say Luka's conditioning is not enough reason to trade the young superstar. According to Shaq, a fat Luka is better than 99.9% of the guards in the NBA. And if that was the reason they let the guard go, then they made a very terrible mistake.
He doesn't look out of shape to me. Like, I need to know what the term when you say out of shape, is he fat? Does he have a six-pack? Does he not have it? Like, are we talking body fat?
A lot of stories he's ballooned up to 270 and all
because one of my best friends just told me fat Luka is better than 99.9% of all the guards in the game. So, you know, in shape Luka, 5 years, first team NBA. Fat Luka or this out of shape Luka, first team All NBA 5 years. So, you know, if that's the case, they let him go. Obviously, I would definitely have to blame management because there's better ways to handle that.
Luka Doncic's conditioning had been a growing concern at the Dallas Mavericks organization for several years now, and it got to a point that fired multiple people in the organization in hopes that it would make his conditioning consistent. The Dallas Mavericks fired former Director of Player Health and Performance Casey Smith in 2023 and fired strength coach Jeremy Holsopple and manual therapist Casey Spangler after last season, all staffers that Doncic enjoyed working with. According to ESPN reports, the Mavs believed Luka's ideal weight was 245 pounds, and given that he had missed 27 games this season due to injuries, including 11 days to lose weight, the Dallas Mavericks GM, Nico Harrison, decided to trade him out. Well, the conditioning rumors have since been disproved by Luka, who publicly claimed that it wasn't true, even though he believes that it was Nico Harrison's motive to trade him. In any case, some NBA players have since come to his defense, and one of the many so far is his new teammate, Dorian Finney-Smith, who joked that if Luka can record an almost triple-double a game, then maybe he needs to be as fat as Luka.
I know him, man. He want to play the whole game. I think he played like 40 minutes every game last playoff, so that's one thing about LD. He a hooper. He want to play. So I don't really look at the noise. I look at his production, and he produces. So shit. If I'm putting up them type of numbers, maybe I need to be 270. Shit.
Maxi Kleber, who got traded alongside Luka, also said all the negative reports about Luka since the trade have been untrue and just media noises to taint the guard's image.
There's been a lot of negative things said about Luka in the last couple of days. Just what have your reactions been to what has been said about him?
I know Luka, so I know it's true or not. And if you get to know him, and you guys will, you see how great of a person he is and how serious he takes his job and everything he does. So with stuff like that and attention, I think there's always positive and negative news that come out. But he's a very good person. He's a very hard worker. He's a very great teammate. He's, like I said, been growing over the years. He's always pushed his teammates to become better. So I have nothing but positive things to say about him. So, but yeah, I can't say it really here in front of you guys, but media is media, so stuff just happens and people want to talk. But from my side, I can only say that he's a really good person.
Anyway, away from the shocks and negative reports about him since his trade, his former teammates have also expressed their shock about the trade and wished him nothing but the best. And one of the many Mavs players to talk about the trade has been Kyrie Irving. The duo took the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals just a few months back, and according to the point guard, he is still grieving the trade. But he understands that it's just business.
Imagine that you're going to get ready to go to sleep and then you find out news like that. So it's still a grieving process right now. Miss my hermano. We had a lot of time together. Keith too, and Maxie.
And you know, we just built some bonds that went beyond the basketball court. So if anybody can understand that at home, you know, when someone or a few group of people or you know, a few people leave in a trade, it's going to be difficult, and that's what we're dealing with right now. But you know, this is a business. It's way above my pay grade. You know, and I just got to adjust and be ready to welcome in my new teammates with open arms and you know, kind of be ready to go back to Dallas too, to speak in front of our fans. I know they're feeling it too. I'm feeling it too, guys. So yeah, it's just an adjustment period, and you know, it's
Mavs power forward Daniel Gafford also agrees that it's the business of the game, even though he confessed that it hurts and it's a tough reality for the team. Quentin Grimes, who also just got traded to the Sixers, agrees that it's business, agreeing that it hurts to see Luka get traded.
Initial shock, I feel like. I mean, you kind of just, you don't even really have emotions to describe it, really kind of just, you never think a player of that caliber would get traded from Dallas, but, you know what I mean, it's a business for sure, so, I mean, just wish him all the best for sure.
Mavs center PJ Washington confessed that he was just as shocked as everyone, but understood that it's the business of basketball and is looking forward to their new guys.
The reaction to it?
It surprised me. For sure I was shocked, but I think just want to wish him the best for sure. Obviously he's one of our brothers and went through the fires and the battles with him, so definitely wish the best for him. And obviously it's in this business, it's part of it, so definitely sucks to see him leave, but excited for him, and then also excited for us to get a guy in Anthony Davis and Max Christie as well. So excited to see how they fit, and can't wait for us to get them here and get going.
Klay Thompson, who also just joined the Dallas Mavericks, noted that it's all part of the NBA, and he going to welcome AD and Christie with open arms.
I wish Luka the best. I mean, it was a joy to play with him in those 22 games we were together. But we're going to obviously welcome AD with open arms. You know, obviously one of the best players ever, being top 75. And this is the nature of the business. You have to be professional about all things in front of you. And I look forward to keeping the goal the same. And that's obviously to end it with our year on a win. But it's just a part of the NBA.
In any case, this trade has also seen many in the league wondering who actually won the trade. You've got to understand that Luka teaming up with LeBron in the Lakers is bound to form a dangerous duo, plus the fact that no superstar has ever joined the Lakers in their prime and not won a championship. From Kareem to Shaq, Gasol, LeBron and Anthony Davis, history on Luka Doncic's side. But how long would it take for him to land his first ring? Plus, does AD's addition to the Mavs guarantee a championship? Well, NBA Hall of Famers like Shaq and Charles Barkley and future Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony all believe Mavs won this trade, at least for the immediate future.
However, I think Dallas got better of the trade for the next 2 years anyway.
The Mavs got a great Anthony Davis. So Luka's great, Anthony Davis is great. This is gonna be one of the most fascinating things. And the thing is, it's gonna be fascinating probably for the next 10 years. The Mavs won the trade for the immediate next three or 4 years. But the Lakers got a bright future if they put the right pieces around Luka.
We've been saying AD was the best player in the league for a long time.
Yes.
On both sides of the basketball. We can't forget that aspect of it either. Like, I think it's going to turn out to be a really, really good trade for both sides. But for what Dallas need and what Lakers needs are bigger than right now.
Right.
They needs are, hey, he's our next face of the organization. And what Dallas is getting back for Luka, it's actually a really, really good piece. It's a very pivotal piece to them trying to win now.
AD the type of player that you can play anyway.
AD adapts.
There's not one team that I can put AD on and say, oh, it ain't gonna work out for him. He's just that kind of player. I'm not saying who won the trade or whatever, but immediately, I think Dallas.
In the immediate future, the Dallas Mavericks seem to have a higher ceiling right now than the Lakers do.
For what it's worth, the conversation about who wins this trade could only known for a fact after one of them wins a championship. With the right pieces, they are both contenders right now, even though the Mavs definitely look scarier on paper. In any case, we all just have to watch out for how this plays out, now and in the future. Even Kevin Durant is excited to see how the trade pans out for both teams. You have Luka and LeBron, Reeves, then Kyrie, AD, Gafford. So many great players. I just can't wait to see it on the floor and hear from both of them. I know that first time talking is going to be an eventful time. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.